just shift topic a little bit more on your general budget items. In your budget, I noticed there was an increase in business operations related to security at the libraries, and I'm just wondering if there was a specific concern, or if that's just the increase in hours and that's just reflected in the increase in hours.
I don't think it's about a specific concern. Our head of business operations, Jonathan Butler, is here, and this is sort of his baby. He'd be happy to address
That'd
this.
be great. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. My name is Jonathan Butler, and the question was surrounding
The increase in money for security, and I'm just wondering if there was a specific concern related to that, or if this is increase in hours, and just what it is that was the need for more security.
Yeah, as Rich indicated, no increase, no specific concern, more so surrounding the upgrade or the continuous management of the upgrade of the security equipment, and managing, creating maintenance agreements surrounding those, but no specific concerns surrounding public safety.
Okay. Thank you. I also noticed that there was a decrease in your budget related to custodial and maintenance. And, you know, during the performance oversight hearing, we heard from members of the public about maintenance issues arising at some of the already new renovated branches. So I guess my question is pretty straightforward. If we continue to decrease the maintenance budget, are we going to have to replace all these libraries in a couple of years?
I think you're asking a valid question, and this is a great concern of mine as well as my staff, that it would be irresponsible to build phenomenal new buildings by whomever architect and then not have enough money to clean them properly or change light fixtures when they break, especially as we very well plan to have these buildings used by many, many more people. This is something that we will keep our eyes on, and this is something that we will be fighting for additional funding as necessary.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm not just putting it on you. I say this on the record because I also think it's the obligation of this council and the government to maintain those buildings in a responsible manner so that they can be around for their entire possible lifespan. Finally, on the general budget items, I'd like to know what happens to the money that's collected by the library for fines and fees.
My understanding, that goes back into the city's general coffers.
That's my understanding as well.
It's
Yes.
not dedicated back.
No.
And can you explain the difference between fines that have been canceled and fines that have been forgiven?
In the inimitable words of my director of public service, I think canceled means my bad, and forgiven means your bad, or the other way around. That's correct. So canceled basically means you know, somebody paid for a book, but the book happened to be on the shelves, and that was okay. That was the library's fault. And forgiven is something that, you know, we don't want to block access to books. If a kid, you know, lost his book, it got chewed up by a dog or whatever it is, and then we will forgive those.
I see. Okay, Mr. Chairman, I have some questions for the Board of Education, but if you want to continue with the library, I don't know how you want to do it.
Mr. Grasso, please feel free to go ahead with your questions for the board.
Thank you. So thank you for your testimony, Mr. Jones and Ms. Lord. It's good to see you. In your responses to the committee and in your testimony, you talked a lot about the need for more space. And I'm particularly concerned about the ombudsman's space because of the need to have confidential conversations, or at least conversations where people feel like they're not in the middle of everyone else's business. So what is the current desk space available right now for your offices? What do you have right now?
Councilman Grosso, currently I think we have approximately 2,000 square feet for the entire office. Board members actually share an office, and
You share one office?
Yes, 2 board members share an office.
I see. Okay.
And currently the ombudsman is actually using the office that is allocated for the state board president. So she does not currently have an official office.
Okay.
Nor does she have access to